Sometimes the world just needs a hero to help cut through all the noise.
Well, now you have two.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to yet another episode of Your Heroes of Noise. I'm one half of this dynamic duo. My name is Steve.
Every week you impress me with these entries, Steve. They just
That's
roll
what she
right
said.
off the tongue, man. Every week I'm just impressed by this. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 190 of Heroes of Noise. We have hit yet another milestone, if you will, Steve. We got 10 left before we hit to 200. What do you think about that?
200.
That was just me doing simple math right there.
That's pretty impressive. Well, that's why you do what you do for a living, because
Right.
you know how to. It's like you're seeing the Matrix.
You have to be kind of like a genius when you do this job.
You know calculus. You know all that crap, dude.
Yeah, all that shit. What is happening, everybody? Hey, Steve, I feel like I'm starting off with radio voice for some reason, and I didn't really mean to do that, so I'm going to bring it back down for just a second and ask you, sir, how are you today?
I am doing well. I am ready for the weekend.
Are you ready for the world?
What I'm saying? I am ready for the world. Those are the cats.
You little youngsters, you don't know about that grown folks music.
I didn't even know they played it in Fresno, G.
Oh, yeah. They came too far. I've seen Ready for the World, man.
In Fresno?
In Fresno.
What?
I got my O Sheila on. I remember my uncle took me to see him with his, it was just some girlfriend. I can't remember her name. And I was afraid because it was like one of the first times I went to like a concert where it was like, it wasn't at like a big arena. It was like the Warner's Theater. And you just smelled like Sherm.
Oh, wow.
You just smelled Sherm everywhere. And it was kind of like a rough crowd too. So I was kind of freaking out a little bit because I was just a kid. But
and
yeah, they came out.
It was
they did
just
Oh
them?
Sheila, and they did what's that other one they did? Was it called Fairy Tale Lover or some shit like that? I can't remember
And
what UTFO.
did they open for somebody?
Ready for the World and who's it? A UTFO. That's what I was thinking.
I don't even know who they are.
Yes, you do. Roxanne.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Old school shit, dude.
Your uncle took you to that show?
Oh yeah, he used to take me to all the shows. It was great.
Dude, those are the days. My uncle used to take your shows was my uncle's movies. He'd take me to movies every week. So I keep up on the new movies coming out.
He's like, you want to go check out that new little Steven?
Gee, he would be like, hey, the thing that changed it is he was really Christian. And so he took me to see Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It was PG or PG-13.
Plane? Yeah, I think PG-13.
But still, they had remember that one scene where they had 18 F words in it?
Honestly, I think I've seen that movie one time. It's a little disturbing for me.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
I don't know what it is about that one. I think Gail got in my head about that. Like she says
How?
she doesn't like those kind of movies where there's always like a bad situation. You know what I mean? Like one guy is hanging out with the other guy who's constantly getting him into trouble. And there's always something.
Okay, I'm with you.
She doesn't like those kind of things, or like in another type of genre, it would be like something like Uncut Gems. Remember how crazy that movie was?
Oh
She
yeah,
hates that shit.
yeah.
So I think she's just got it in my head. That one for some reason, and
What about
Time
Lethal
Bandits.
Weapon? Oh, Time Bandits.
Remember Time Bandits?
I do not remember Time Bandits.
Yeah, it's a 1980s British movie about this kid. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you the story. Check out Time Bandits, guys. IMDb. But yeah, she doesn't like that one either.
So she's not into how about Lethal Weapon?
She hates Mel Gibson.
So do I.
I do too. I still like Fat Man though. That was a good movie.
Remember that movie with Danny Glover and Martin Short, where Martin Short had bad luck? Was it called Bad Luck?
I think it might have been. I do remember that.
Yeah, that means she would have hated that movie.
Hey, did you hear that little coin drop right now?
I did.
That coin has now made its appearance in 2 podcasts. I interrupted Pop Culture Leftovers the other day by accidentally dropping it. I just you know how you fiddle with things?
Mm-hmm.
I had this penny and I dropped it. I lied to him. I told him I moved something and it fell.
Why would they even bring it up?
No, because he goes, hey, who dropped the thing? I said, that's me. Sorry, I moved something and it dropped. Technically, that was true, but I was it wouldn't happen if I wasn't fiddling with it. Do you know what I mean?
What's up with you and pennies?
I don't see him that often anymore, man.
Dude, I have a whole cup full of them and I need to get rid of them somehow. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do.
When you go to a store and they, you give them your money and they give you back change, do you let them keep the pennies?
They used to have a little container that you could put your pennies in. Now they don't even do. I don't think they want them anymore.
Nobody wants pennies anymore, Steve. I'm like, fuck a penny personally.
So what do you do with all your pennies?
I
Instead
usually
of dropping them on
at the
podcasts.
store. I keep one with me and I've now dropped it. But I usually just leave it at the store, or if I end up with them, I have like a silver and money jar, like dollar bills and stuff, and then I separate the pennies and I put their fake asses in another little thing. I'll probably just throw it at a burglar or something. That's all it's good for.
Weren't you? Oh no, you weren't. Were you gonna get a gato?
Hell no. There's no cats in this house, dude.
Oh gee, I'm talking about a gun.
A gato?
Yeah.
You just said gato. Gato is a cat in Spanish. So
in rap, they say ato gatos.
Sorry, man. I thought you were being bilingual like your sister.
No, sir. No, and Belle said the same thing. She's like, a cat?
Yeah. You mean like a gat? Because that's how they really say it, Steve. You're San Luis Obispo.
Colossal size Picassos. Ato gatos. Anyway, go ahead.
You like tacos? Batos? Just kidding.
I should have known that probably wasn't correct. I should have known, hey, that doesn't sound, but it rhymes. So I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. That's how you say gun in Spanish.
You threw me off, man. What are we talking? Am I going to get a gun one day? But you know what? Seems a little weird right now to buy a gun. So I'm not going to. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Let's get into that, Steve. Let's just take the tone of the show down. Instead of talking about movies, we'll talk about some, we'll talk about one thing. I'm just curious.
All right.
And I have a feeling I know where you stand on this. But I am curious. Were you paying attention whatsoever to the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing?
No, I was not.
See, I wasn't really either. I got all my news via TikTok, and it wasn't even my TikTok. It was Gail because she got obsessed with the TikTok. She's new to the TikTok thing, so she's giving me all the recipes.
Oh, nice.
I don't think she watches those videos though, where it's like dunk, and people do the stupid dances and stuff. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you're on a whole other algorithm.
I think the only things that come up are you when you once in a while make a video and Daniel. The only thing because I never watch the videos. Yeah, only like you and Daniel come up.
Yeah, man. I got a whole other thing going on with that too. I started some stupid thing. I'm not even going to talk about it. You know why? Because it's going to sound like I'm like advertising for it or something like that. But I started an alternate TikTok account with a made up character.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how are you doing with it?
I think I have 4 or 5 already in just a couple
there
of days.
There we go.
Like videos.
Yay.
I might as well say I have 4 or 5 like hits too.
I thought you said followers.
Oh, I think in 2 days, I think I have like I don't know, like 8 or 9 or something like that.
Hey, dude, if you do it every day, it builds very quickly.
You know what? I'm not sure I want to do this because you know how obsessive I get on shit.
Oh yes.
Right now, this is a scenario that I see happening, and then I'm just going to end up making Gail hate me, or at least I'm going to drive her crazy because I'm going to get like, you probably know this already. You start off, you get maybe 500 views or something like that, or 8 likes or whatever. Hearts, whatever you want to call them. I don't even understand fucking TikTok. But all of a sudden I know what happens if like I get like 10,000 one day for some strange reason or something like that. Just
that's going to be the benchmark now.
Right. But then here's the problem. Then I'm going to be chasing the fucking dragon the entire time. And I'm probably going to make myself insane when the next one is like 4.
Even if it's
likes.
4,000.
Whatever.
Even if it's 4,000.
What did I do wrong? I must suck.
Bingo,
I got to go back and just rethink everything.
I'm going to let you know right now.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you will do.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that I can ignore that because honestly, it was more of an experiment. It's just this stupid filter that I use, and I created this character named Sal, and it's really stupid. But it was more of just to see what happens with that. Like, because, you'll see these people and they have all these followers, and it's just like the dumbest shit.
I see people with a lot of followers that all they do is like sit back, drink coffee, and there'll be like a printed phrase on the screen that you read, and you're like, "Oh, that's funny." That's
stupid songs. Bloom, ba-doo, bloom, ba-doo. It's always the same shit.
That's why it's just like at a certain point you have to just say, "Whoever watches it, G," and just don't even care.
I don't know. I have a feeling that I'm going to be done with this whole thing within a week. I'll just kill the character off, and then I'll have the page. I don't know any of the terminology when it comes to like filters or fucking what you call. Is it a profile? Is it I have no fucking clue. I feel old when I say that, but TikTok for me is just like I got it at first, and I was just scrolling, looking at stupid recipes and shit. And now that I'm doing it, I don't know what to call it. And I don't really care enough to like look into it and educate myself about it.
Well, I've been spending more. Oddly enough, my time has been taken up at another social media place called. Have you heard of Somewhere Good?
I'd like to go there. No, I have not. What is it?
It's a social media like news site where it's just like, no, all it is a prompt will come up and you record yourself speaking on the prompt. Like they're like, hey, what happened to you that was good today? And you just record yourself saying that. And everyone that you follow, you can listen to their recording and be like, today was really good. This person, paid for my groceries at the thing. It was really nice. That's it. The only thing you can put, or the next day, the prompt will be like, hey, what good things do you see happening to yourself in the next few years or so? What are you looking forward to? That's it.
And then you answer that?
You answer that. All you do is push record, answer it, and the end.
I would just be there spamming with ridiculousness. That's the thing. I'd be like, you ever had a rim job? And just leave it at that.
Oh, no. Yeah, you'd get kicked out immediately.
Yeah, I don't
I think it's just, and even though you're not going to get 1 million people, it's not about followers. It's just like, let me add to the good that all these people have already said. And it's just like, oh, yeah, I kind of needed this.
It's like feel good stuff.
That's it.
But see, that's the thing, though. I don't have an experience to share, but I imagine that a rim job would feel pretty good, though. I'm just saying.
Why do you immediately think that would feel good?
What do you think? It's going to feel bad?
Yes.
Why would it feel? Okay, now we're, see, folks. Yes, I'm the one that started the stupid rim job joke, but now I have to go into this. Why, Steve? Why would a rim
because
job?
I don't especially like.
Well, you getting it by a cat or something?
No, I have a bidet. And I don't especially like the feeling of that.
Well, maybe you should turn the water pressure down.
Even then, I don't like anything around the nethers.
Hey, to each their own.
But you think, that's what I'm asking you. What makes you think that you would like it? You must have some sort of tangential experience.
Hey, you mind your business now, right? You writing a book over there? What are you doing?
I'm just, because the fact I'm like, right when you said, wouldn't it feel good? I'm like, that's interesting you went directly there.
I just don't see how it would feel bad.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, a rim job or someone jamming a screwdriver up there. Totally different scenarios, right?
Yeah.
One would definitely feel bad. The other one, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We see you, Dan. We see you.
You getting rimmed by someone with a snaggletooth or something?
No, we see you over there, homie.
Hey, see me. You fucking kink shamer, you. I haven't even had that. And you're already, look at you, making me feel guilty about it. Boy, the story I could tell about you and your morals, but I won't. God, I want to tell that story so bad, especially since all's well. Like it ends well. Do you know what I mean? Can I just tell it real quick? Can we tell some version of it?
No. Man, okay. This is an offline thing.
All right, fine. Guys, I got a story, man. You guys should hit me up.
Yeah. Anyway, the rooster has crowed. We got to move on.
Ooh, that was nice, Steve. That was
you
nice.
Like that?
All right, moving along. I'll let you off the hook. Yeah, you know what? Real quick, though, getting back to that whole Johnny Depp thing, I just don't give a fuck. I really don't. I just think, when you really, I guess it was entertaining and it was like this fodder for people to check out on their TikToks and stuff like that. But to me, it just seems like, even though it worked for him, that's the thing. Like maybe he was just so sure that he was going to win, not because he's Johnny Depp. I don't know. I have no, people listening and you're mad that Amber Heard, I don't give a fuck either way. I'm just telling you right now. I'm just simply talking from the outside. But maybe, he had it in his mind, I'm going to win this thing because I am telling the truth, or at least his perception is true. And so he goes and he has the news crew there, or the film crew, they're filming this thing like it's fucking Ollie North or some shit like that. And I just think that's just so narcissistic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not, I don't know. I don't know if they should have let it be streamed only because of the subject matter of this. And
yeah, because it's sort of making light of it because, you know what I mean? They're talking about serious things like abuse and yet it just turns into this wacky comedy thing online and social media and stuff like that. And it's just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of
I don't think it's good. I really don't believe it's going to be great for domestic violence.
No, I don't know. To me, it just sort of seems, and I'm not going deep when I say this, but it's just it just sort of seems like that's a huge part of what makes America ugly. So anyway,
it's one of the many things.
Yeah, I don't know.
We are a failed.
I go from rim jobs to morals. Yeah,
it's a failed nation. I'm telling you, you think I'm playing about dipping, G? You think I'm playing?
Hey, you know what? We've been talking about that lately. That's a whole other conversation. Maybe we'll save that for Patreon. But still, you guys want to hear that shit, huh? Yeah, I would like to move out of the country too. I'm
looking at places to dip to.
Oh, yeah, where now?
Well, it's just, here's the thing.
I want to be someplace where they're like, when you wake up in the morning. That's what I want to hear. Then I know I'm safe.
I want to go to a place where there's diversity. That's the thing.
Yeah, always a plus.
That's a huge thing. So it's just finding the right places, and I also don't want a place where, I don't want a place that it's impossible to get a good. But then again, nowadays they're like, if you work in tech, you can just work remote anywhere. So it doesn't matter where you work. It's a fact of where do you want to be for. But then a lot of people are like, yeah, you don't have to stay in one place. These folks that just live somewhere for a few years when they don't have kids anymore and just travel. Yeah. They're like, yeah, now I live here. And now I live. I'm like, oh, that's so. And since, Maj is about to be, 18 and, eventually, you know what I'm saying?
What? He's past 18.
I mean, not 18. I'm saying like he's about to be in college.
Okay. All right.
Like gone.
It's like you forgot your son.
But that's the thought. That's the thought. I don't know now. So we'll see what, you know how these boys are, G.
These boys are, you know how they are, man. Yeah.
Anyway,
they'll figure it out one day.
The girl, man, that joke is. But yeah, man. So yeah, we gotta let me know what countries you've landed on.
Yeah, I don't know, nothing yet. You know what it is, and I'm not going to go into like in a gun discussion, but I'm personally not an anti-gun person. You were asking about that. I wouldn't own a gun. I would just like to go to a country where people feel that they don't feel the need to put their guns in Christmas cards and show pictures of like, look at my entire back patio deck. Just lined up with, like, that's just a weird that's a weird thing to me. It's very alarming, if I'm being honest with you. I think it's a mental health issue, and I just would like to go someplace where everyone's not so fucking crazy.
Well, the thing is, I'd rather go to a place where the only need people have, you know what that need is, Dan?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go dirty, Steve. So what's the need?
The need for speed.
The need for speed. Oh,
I want to go to a place where that's the only need that people need. That's all. Anyway.
Well, if you go to like Detroit, I think everyone's on speed there.
Detroit Rock City?
Detroit Rock City. Who sings it? Come on.
Kiss. Knights in Satan's Army.
Well,
Satan's Service.
That would be Kisa, but yeah.
Yes.
Knights in Satan's Service. That was a big thing back in the 80s, man.
Dude, we were told, I remember in Adventist school, they would play their songs backwards and be like, did you hear what they said? And we're like, no. They're like, oh, it said, please serve Satan or something like that.
Those are so stupid. All that Tipper Gore PMRC shit. Listen to this backwards.
Yeah.
And then spin it the other way and it would be like,
oh, yeah. We had whole days
sell
of it
your
where
soul to the. It's like the person that's doing the demonstration. It's just their voice recorded. Hey, sell your soul to the devil. Such bullshit,
dude. Listen, we had whole days of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
I'm glad I'm an atheist.
Well, the thing is, you don't believe in anything.
Nah, I'm lying. I want to be an atheist, but I just I really want to be an atheist, but I'm more of an agnostic.
I think most people are, because atheist means that they are 100% sure there's nothing up there. And normally they consider agnostic saying, I don't believe there's anything up there until I get proof that there is.
Yeah, that's me. Because and there's also that like thought in the back of my mind too, where it's like rapture actually hit. Oh, fuck. Oh, that sucks. I should have said agnostic. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, St. Peter. You know I was just fucking with you, right? Come on,
He has
man.
a door. He has a door.
He's got a door. That was the gate. It was the door to the gate. There's like a big pearly gate, but then I'm kind of short, so I can go through the janitor service door right there.
But I imagine in a gate, you could just see through it.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, they're not letting me in anyway because I'm a fucking atheist. So they say.
And you're talking about rim jobs, G. I don't know.
Hey, you know what? I got a feeling there's rim jobs in heaven, okay?
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. In your heaven, huh?
If there's a heaven.
It went from it probably is going to feel good to it has to happen in heaven.
I wish our audience was immature like me so they would actually like answer these polls.
Oh, hey, no way, dude.
Do you prefer a rim job or not? You know, hit us up. heroesofnoisepodcast@gmail.com. And then I just get I get Templeman telling me that I can't have an adult conversation. I laughed and then I was like, hey, fuck you.
Oh, is that real or are you just making that up?
I'm just fucking with him. But no, it was that. I don't know if you've seen, you probably not because you're not a Facebook guy. You're never on. But you know that meme and it's like the couple walking and the woman is looking at her boyfriend because he's looking at another girl walking.
Oh, yeah,
him.
for sure.
It was that. And it was something like, you know, I put it up there, it was blank. And it was like, fill it in. And if it's something about me. And Adam said, the girl said, adult conversation. And then this is what pissed me off, Adam, because you know it's fucking Steve that does this. It was the other one said, that's what she said. And it's not even my joke, Steve. I've said it a couple times just to, be a team player, but that's all you do. You see how this works? You get to hide in the shadows of the internet, and I expose myself, and then I get the fucking insult. So thank you, Adam. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, oh man. Your rim job story today is not going to aid you in your plight.
What are you talking about? I really think you're weird about this.
I'm not. It's just funny that it went from probably feels good to I bet you there's rim jobs in heaven for sure.
I really think there are, Steve.
Okay, well, there we go.
I'm serious. All the jobs, all of them. You have Reddit.
It doesn't hurt.
All those jobs on the subreddits, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're all there.
I would say, you know what, though? I'm not a person to kink shames. I believe that you should be able to do anything. I don't agree
with you on that, but go ahead.
There's only one that I don't understand, but even then I'm just like, hey, if this is your thing.
What is it?
It's the furries. I'm not quite, I don't need to understand it though. I'm just like, hey, it just spooks me out because of my animal thing with humans. That's it. But other than that, I'm like, do what you do and do it well.
I just hope they wash the outfits.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because,
Are you bucking naked in it?
Bucking naked. I don't know because you know what? My furry days are behind me. I don't know, Steve. How the fuck do I know?
I don't, because if you're not, you probably could just avoid washing for a little while.
Well, it just depends, because they go to these furry conventions, and I've been told, I've heard rumors and whispers, Steve, that they have these furry orgies. It's all assholes and toes in there. So,
okay.
I
did not know that.
Everything's just flying everywhere. There's fluids. So I'm sure maybe, what would be cool is to have like a dry cleaning service for furries.
Oh, that's interesting, Dan.
Yeah, no questions asked.
That's you know what? I think they should have a cleaning service for all toys and costumes that no one asks any questions.
Mobile service? You just pull up to somebody's house and they just dump a big old bag of plastic dongs into like a washing machine and you sterilize them. There you go. Go have an adventure.
That's what's funny though? I bet you someone can make a killing on doing that, dude.
Dude, you can make a killing on anything. There's just, I don't know her name. I just recently started following her. Forget her name. But anyway, she's a Sirius XM DJ, right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
For one of the metal stations. And the reason that I started following her is because it just popped up. Someone liked it or something like that. But I just found it kind of interesting. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens with this experiment. So she's an attractive woman, but she goes, someone just DM'd me and they said they wanted feet pics. And she's like, should I do that? That's kind of weird. And people are like, dude, you'd be surprised. And they start putting up all these crazy links, which opened my eye. It was very interesting. I didn't know this shit existed. I mean, I figured there's obviously the kink there. I was thinking maybe Reddit or something, but there's like designated sites for this shit. So they started hooking her up with all these different sites. I think one of them was like, I don't know, Foot Finder or Feet, something like that.
Yes.
And she's like, okay, maybe I'll do this. So if I was to do this, who would be interested? It was like ding, 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 all the way down.
Jesus
It was pretty interesting.
Really?
I'm like, I know, wow. So the reason that I was watching, I was like, is this chick about to get rich? And sure as shit, within like a couple of days, she'd already, I think she was up like 150 grand or some shit.
Shut up.
Yes. It's amazing. I think anyone out there that has a nice set of hooves on them, and I imagine you have to, I don't know if it's just the feet you're selling. It's not my subculture. I don't know if it's the feet you're selling or if it's like you got to have your face. So they go, this foot belongs to that face or how that shit works. But if you have a nice foot face combination, I think you should be out there selling your feet pictures because you know what? Times are tough and everyone needs to hustle.
Well, a look is very, very, very important. Mm-hmm. And the good thing about the feet thing is your whole look isn't important. Just one aspect of you is, so for people that have been like, I've never been called attractive, doesn't matter. Is one piece of you attractive? Game time. Pay off your house. But here's the thing. I think it's the moral conundrum of America, though. Like, we're very judgmental. And if people find out, I think that if there was a way where they're like, okay, if some magical person said, what would you do if you knew that nobody would find out? Now what would you do? I think it changes everybody's brain.
Oh, that's game changer for sure.
if no one would ever find out, no school, church, job, nothing, it's impossible for family to find out.
Yeah.
What would you then do?
Total game changer. It would be like giving someone the power of invisibility.
Dude, exactly. Shame makes us not do certain things that would actually change our lives. And most people wouldn't care anyway.
Well, what kind of shame is it? Like private shame? Like you do something and you're just like,
no.
I'm a piece of shit. Or now you're exposed and everyone's shaming you. Because that's a whole other story. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. So it's the fear of being caught.
And if someone said, click, you're never going to be caught, what will you do now? They're like, oh, dude, OnlyFans would blow up even more than it already has. People would be like, I wouldn't get, okay, well then I'll do this. Because one thing about that platform and platforms like it, as far as I know, I think it
Disclaimer.
really, as far as I don't know the guy behind it.
I haven't personally looked, guys. I want to
No. I'm just, that's not even, I'm saying because you know how you're like, oh, I like this place. The next thing you know, they're like, oh, by the way, that guy was hiding. The owner of OnlyFans hid 3 children. And I'm like, oh, great. And I've already said that it's a great place. Yeah. So I don't know anything about that person or man or them, whoever it is.
I have a picture of me and Jared from Subway. I understand where you're coming from.
There. Yes. I just think that it's good that people of all walks of life have just said, you know what? I'm going to get over the shame and start making. And I bet you shame starts to drift after the firfirst 5 racks. I have to imagine that after the first 5 racks, all of a sudden you're like,
the dollar will take away that shame real fucking quick too.
Because all of a sudden with $100 and something thousand in your pocket, what do you not care about? Now,
if I'm making my annual salary within a matter of weeks, my asshole is going to be posted everywhere online.
Do you know what, Dan? Maybe I should get ripped and just start doing like shirtless pictures on them.
I was going to ask you, Steve, before we got into this. Maybe you just answered my question.
Maybe I should just get yoked out.
What do you consider your favorite? Sorry, what'd you say?
I said maybe I should just get yoked out.
Maybe so. So maybe that's not your favorite feature. I was going to ask you because we were talking about like if you have good feed or whatever, right? What do you consider your best feature?
Oh, my punum.
You're a handsome devil. I'll give you that. Mine would be my left Achilles tendon.
Gee, will you stop it?
Is it? And only about like 2.5 inches of it.
You don't like your punum?
Nah, man. I'm telling you. I know I'm harder on myself than I should be. I know that.
You really
I know
are.
this. I mean,
really
yes, I've been married for 25 years and everything, but like I dated people before. I don't think I'm an ugly person, but I'm certainly not going to be selling my face online for sure.
You know, it's funny. Yesterday, so I'm sitting there. Yesterday was I had a nail in my wheel.
Mm-hmm. You had a what?
A nail in my wheel.
Okay, I thought you said nail weird.
I was driving and it was like click, 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 click. I was like, what the heck is that?
That's the worst.
And I thought it was a rock because you're like, oh, it's a rock in my. And I get out there and it's one of those massive, like truck out in Fresno. There's a lot of truckers. And it was one of those massive, like gauge, huge screws in my, but it hadn't affected my tire yet, except for when I turn, you could feel it kind of like. So I go to the place to get it fixed, and all of a sudden, Belle sends me a text, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And it's a picture of me on my computer because I'm doing classes while I was there waiting. I was like, "Who the crap took this picture?" She's like, "Oh, a girlfriend of mine." Was like, hey, is this your dude? And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. And I said, the first thing I did was zoom in. I'm like, you know what, G? I am never going out looking not great anymore. I'm done with that.
What do you mean? You go in looking all shady or what?
No, I had like a t-shirt because I was going to go to.
You just mean, I'm sorry. I think I know what you mean. Just because you never know who's going to take your picture?
Yes, G. Yes, okay. Because I had a t-shirt and sweats. I'm like, oh, no. Even if I'm going to movie tie afterwards, it's over, G. I'm from now on when I go places, I'm looking legit. I'm done, bro. I need to start I can't be walking around like a herb anymore, man. Like I need to start dressing well going places. Even though
I don't go anywhere anymore now. Ever since the pandemic, we just haven't gotten back on that horse. We go out and stuff, but I don't know. I guess it's just a weird thing where I don't feel like I need to be out all the time. So you see me outside, I got like one sock on and shit.
Shouldn't we start?
I got a flip flop and a Nike on.
But doesn't it make you, when you get dressed, doesn't it change your groove?
Of course.
I think we should. I'm going to start changing my groove, man.
Change your groove, man.
I'm going to start changing my groove.
I'm going to change up my groove, man. Get back my mojo.
I really do, dude. Because it's funny. When we were in Venice, we were like, man, these houses are nice. And we were walking past this gay couple, and they were talking about, it was out of a movie. There was a guy there, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to this art school. Oh, you've got to see this artist. Like, having that conversation.
Is that your gay voice, Steve?
I don't think their gay voice is any different than really.
I'm just fucking with you, too.
And so they're like, oh, you got to see this artist. Artist is fantastic. I was like, they would be the ones that, like in my brain, it's 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and they not, cool little on the beach house. But I'm like, they're talking in the alley and they're dressed nicely. The heck is wrong with me? Shouldn't I be alley ready?
It just depends, Steve. If you really give a shit, then yes.
From now on, I am.
I don't think I give a shit anymore. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I have to give from now on. Like when I'm out, I'm going to make sure I'm always shaved up. I'm going to make sure that I'm always wearing some nice spruce, I'm going to just be for this next till I die. I'm going to just be looking good going places, man.
I feel like I'm 3 weeks away from just wearing free shirts from the local blood drive. That's it. That's all I got. But look at this one, though. It's got a sun on it, see?
Hey, look. Exactly. And for me, it
says Frez, yes.
See, and for me, it's like, have you read my shirt? I'm done with those shirts, G.
What do you mean, ironic shirts?
Yes. From now on, I'm going to have nice button-ups or something. Mm-hmm. Looking good. No more ball shirts.
Well, and that's something to match up with that punna.
Gee, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's going, I'm done. When I saw that picture, I was like, I look like a total herb with headphones on, man. A herb, bro.
You know what? Speaking of herb, like, honestly, man, because this whole NAMM situation, which we'll briefly talk about for just a second, I need to get some new threads, dude. I have not been keeping up with my threadage. You know what I mean? I seriously, because I'm always like, either I'm home or I'm going to work. That's just been my life lately. I've turned into a boring person, and it's not really my fault. And maybe it's kind of my fault. But so I haven't really been. I used to dress up a lot, or at least look. I always had like nice clothes on. I always had a bunch of shoes and shit like that. And I'm just throwing my money elsewhere now. So I kind of stopped giving a shit. It's not that I don't give a shit, but I just can't find the motivation to go out and get something. And also the thing is that I've had a few of the little ironic shirts that you're talking about, but a lot of them were like concert shirts or, whatever, fucking Marvel, whatever. I went into a store recently. I'm at this age where there's certain stores that are like, oh, you want to try to shop here now? Like, you should have shopped here like 5 years ago. I feel like I'm like, the clothes are too young for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's funny that you say that. I actually started here's how specific I was. Uh-huh. So it started at clothes for middle-aged man, Pinterest. Okay. And then it went to clothes for middle-aged black man. Okay. I'm like, okay, no. Clothes for middle-aged black graying man with gray pepper hair. And that's where I found my groove.
Really? You were that specific?
I was that because it's like some of the black is just not specific enough because some of these dudes is like yoked, skinny. I'm like, most people that are graying are not going to be. There are those weirdos that have the long gray beard and are yoked. I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah, those guys. What's up with them?
Dude, because they're like, hey, which one is me and which one's my son? I'm like, nigga, I don't care. Why are you even looking like that at that age, bro? How can you do those tricks on those bars? Like,
I don't know why that one hit me so bad, but that was funny.
But yeah, so I don't want to be that guy. And so I'm just I had to narrow it down. But dude, if you really walk around looking like this,
yeah.
There's your whole attitude about yourself changes. You're like, yeah, I want hopefully all of a sudden your car gets done in 40 minutes. Here you go, Mr. Hudson. I'm like, yeah, thank you. You know what I mean?
So what do you think they're gonna say? Here you go, T-Dog.
I don't like. It'll be like different. They'll be like, man, that dude right there.
Yeah, that guy is he's a fancy lad.
Yes, I like the cut of his jib.
Nice. Okay. All right. I get
So I'm
that.
going to start dressing white. And maybe, again, maybe I should just get yoked up and see what happens.
You know, I would love to get yoked up. My fucking body would stop breaking down on me. Did I tell you? I'm going to have surgery.
Oh, dude.
At least I think I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I need surgery, but our lovely place of business and their shit insurance makes things so difficult. Do you know what I mean?
I thought it makes it easier.
Fuck, no. I hate it. I'm not going to get into it. But like I used to be a PPO insurance guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're not. It's HMO. So I don't want to fucking have to go to my family practitioner to go, yep, you need to go to another doctor. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. I used to be able to, I was kind of spoiled though, because I'm like, my mom was in the field. So if I needed something, I would just, she worked for an ortho doc. For my last two, I had two shoulder surgeries. So I'd be like, hey, I need to get an order for an MRI. Boom, done. I need to get this scheduled. Boom, done. And I would have like my surgery within less than a month.
Of course.
And now I'm waiting 2 weeks to get there's something called an arthrogram where they have to inject contrast into your shoulder and see if it leaks out. And that determines whether you have a rotator cuff tear or a labral tear.
Yeah.
And that's 2 weeks out. And then who the fuck knows how long this is going to be? And I don't even know. It's like playing fucking Yahtzee with doctors there. You know what I mean? So,
oh, yeah.
Hey, so you got to have surgery. Let's see who you get. Let's spin the wheel. I'm fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about. Ooh, sorry. Let me get that. I have to cut that out. First time ever, right?
Look at this, brother.
Touche,
right?
my good man. Touche. And I was thinking I was going to get away with not editing this episode, but I got to take that part out.
Well, that's nothing, dude. What is it? Like you put a quick over,
yeah, it's nothing.
Little cut.
It's nothing. You would know if you listened to the show, Steve. I got it all worked out. Don't worry.
You ain't lying, Jay. You know what's funny?
Steve Hudson never listened to his show one time ever.
I have been supporting, like you said something about me supporting our buddies in podcasting. So I have been doing that.
Okay. And what have you been doing?
You already know.
Podcast shout out.
You already know. I've been listening to catching up on Electric Shock.
Ooh, Electric Shock.
Dude.
I love those guys.
They're magic, dude. They're freaking magic.
Did you hear the recent episode where Johnny and his band they experienced a
Help
paranormal
me.
It said I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah, I think it was I'm here. I think that story's been debunked, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, scheisse.
I'll let Johnny tell that story, but don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure it was like either a practical joke. I think it was a practical joke. That's what it is. I don't think there's another option for it.
Here's the thing. That's a strong practical joke. That is strong practical joking right there. Because I was thinking when they were talking about the in-ears, I'm like, well, if they did have an in-ear and it was I was going through it was like, if it's from a Wi-Fi mixer, you could technically intercept that frequency and somebody that could have happened. But I'm like, but why would anyone intercepting it be accidentally randomly saying I'm here? I'm like, man, so yeah, the only logical, when you take all that away, the only logical explanation is that somebody was doing a practical joke.
If I had a house that was haunted and I could choose my ghosts, I'd like to have John and Rob be my ghosts.
Yeah. Oh, Rob, they were like, we're going to kill the black one. Oh, are you?
Well, death is lovely, isn't it? This is all right. I like it a lot, don't you, John? I'm going to sneak up on you in the middle of the night and say, boo. I can't. You know what, John? You don't talk that way. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Now I'm dead. Shit. Okay. Now I'm back to normal.
They are just a magical podcast, man. I laugh every time. And I'm so glad that John was talking about how crap Pig was.
Thank you, John.
No, I don't think I liked it at all.
I'm no expert, but that movie was shite.
That was but yeah, man, and now I'm going to go on to our other pods of justice. And
look at you looking at the website.
Well, I just don't care about who, well, then again, when I'm done with books, I always are like, okay, what's next? And then I get another book. I'm like, how about from now on, just listen to, our pods, because I don't need to know, these murders that are unsolved. Why would that make me feel good? So I'm done I deleted all those podcasts. Anything that happened with crime, all gone from my podcast list. Anything that's downer, all gone. The only things I have are like Stephen King books that I listen to at work. Man. Other than that, everything's gone.
I almost fell down a rabbit hole, and I'm glad that I didn't, because I picked up this podcast. I don't even remember what it's called now, but it was basically about the birth of QAnon. And I'm like, Jesus. You know what? I don't want to know this. So I deleted it.
You don't want, here's the thing, man. I want
to stay informed. I just don't want to. It's not like I think I'm going to fall into go crazy, listen to it or anything. I just don't want to fall down that rabbit hole too far.
Don't, because after that book I told you, Stolen Focus, this has been programmed, bro. This isn't an accident that we're addicted to, not only our phones, but that bad news. This is a programming thing. And obviously, if you see, you know how our brain already has that negative bias where if you have 1,800 wonderful comments about you, you're only going to reply to that one that's bad because we focus in on that. Mm-hmm. And that's what we do. That's what I'm trying to get out of that whole, I'm trying to rearrange my life after this book and saying, you know what? I don't want to be that anymore. I'm going to actually force myself to actually be positive and actually thinking more positive about things. I think maybe that helped me with I got to start looking good, because when you look good, you act different. Unfortunately, it sucks. But that's just what life is, man.
It's better to look good than to feel good. It's not really. That's Fernando.
I was just about to be like,
you remember Billy Crystal? So you look my darling and you know who you are. You remember that guy?
I don't remember.
It's better to look good. I think his line was,
oh, you look marvelous.
You look marvelous.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Dude, now, I tried to tell you, read his book, dude.
Billy Crystal's?
Oh, his book is fantastic.
Is it true that he's an angry dick in his old age?
I don't think that's true at all.
Okay, good. That's good.
No.
That's the kind of stuff that I sit up at night, hoping, I really hope that Billy Crystal's a nice guy.
It's funny because I didn't know. I thought his big break was like Saturday Night Live and crap. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, his big break, and then we'll get to it.
Was a movie called? Was it a movie?
No.
Oh, damn.
It was a stand-up. He said, I randomly get a call. He said to do an intro, a tribute to one of my favorite comedians of all time. Or my favorite sportsman of all time, Muhammad Ali.
Oh, he did a good at Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, and he's like, so I start practicing Muhammad Ali, but then people were like, hey, you're white, right? He's like, but wouldn't that make it funnier, you think? They're like, oh, I don't know, man. How is he going to go for this? And he's like, so I just did it. And he said, it was so good that after I said good night, people gave me a standing ovation and I just kept boxing the air afterwards. Like, I won tonight. And he said afterwards, Muhammad Ali came up. He's like, man, you killed him out there. He said, that's when, you can't tell me nothing after that. After I destroyed in front of Muhammad Ali, he's like, nobody could tell me anything. And it was just a beautiful story about how, it's so easy for us to see these movies. They're like, well, of course it's a hit. When you read, when you see When Harry Met Sally, you don't know what you're going to do. You just take a risk. Say, yeah, let's do this thing. And it becomes, it becomes this thing. And I'm like, man, in life, you just never know what opportunities can just blast off, man.
Take it from Precious Jenkins.
Exactly. And also when you're talking about, oh, this is a silly character. You know how many times people have said this is a silly character? Let's see what happens.
See, this is the thing. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm not
Mr. Bean.
I'm not even invested in this character too much just yet.
Wonderful.
And maybe I won't be at all, but it's simply an experiment. That's exactly what it is. Like for instance, my daughter one time, she was in a store and it was I can't even remember exactly what it was because it was like a women's fashion. Mm-hmm. But she just put it was like, why are they not doing this more? It was just something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. And that fucking thing got like 1 million hits. And then she got all obsessed. Crop tops. Hey, you mind your business over there, you.
She got 1 million hits?
Yeah, for real. And then she was obsessing about it for weeks.
That's what happens.
And she never got that. She never caught the dragon.
You'll never. I know my top number, and I'm never going to catch that dragon.
What's your top number, Steve?
130, 127. No, I think now it's 175.
1,000?
Uh-huh.
Look at you, you show off.
No. But I know that's not. How long did it take me to remember when I was a little bit? It took me a while to get off of that boat. And now I'm going to tell you, even though we're online, make your videos daily and make them for you. Have fun and do not make it for other people. But I promise you that character, when you showed it to me, I was like, oh, this is, you know what the genius part of that character is?
What's that? I like that you're just including genius in that, Steve. I appreciate it.
No. It's serious because I wouldn't have done it. When you said, is this thing on? Has it started? That's a thing where I'm like, that catches people immediately. Because they're like, oh, that's funny. You know, because it almost introduces you to the character before you even start.
That's exactly what I was trying to do.
This is the guy.
You know what? I wasn't really like intentionally hoping that someone would catch that, but that's exactly why I did it. I'm glad you got that.
You're introducing me to who he is before you even say a word, and now you're just adding on top of it.
Yeah.
But do not let this go away, because I'm telling you right now, man, I think it's a thing.
I don't know if I can keep up with it. Like, I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot easier for me because I think I said it. I use a filter. It changes my face.
See, that's the hard thing about what you're doing, though. You set this character is not a thing you can do in the car. You can, but he's not smart enough, really, the way you're setting him up. I think you have to do him at that table. And so that means you're going to have to cut out a piece of your day to be like, hey, I'm doing this. Or in the room or somewhere else. But, dude, it's so funny. If I'm laughing, I promise you 100,000 other people are going to laugh at this. Tag it right, though.
If I make it to NAMM this weekend, you know what? I'm going to go back for a second. Tag. What do you tag? Someone told me normally, FYP.
I don't do FYP.
You know, that's what I'm doing, like comedy, satire.
Oh, yeah, comedy.
Call it.
I'll be like, hashtag funny, hashtag for you comedy, hashtag find out which one has more results, put in fun. If that's more, if it all of a sudden has 1 billion, but like, okay, fun, and then funny, and then comedy, and then, but make sure if you name yourself something, hashtag that name so that name is now associated with you.
Yeah, I was going to start doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'll probably be over this like by Monday.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing that, like they say, discipline is doing something after the butterflies have lost.
Oh God. You know what though? Now I got to go to NAMM. Cause what if I take that dude there?
Dude, just walk man. You're bugged. Now, if you do that, that means you can't stop.
What do you mean?
If you do that, you're starting a thing and you can't just stop out of nowhere. You can't go to NAMM and be like, anyway, I'm done. That guy was, no. You got to keep it going then.
We'll see.
Dude, I think it's really, I'm just telling you, I think it's really funny.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I got a few gems every now and then, but I just don't know like what the longevity of it is. Because now I was sitting doing one in the car yesterday, right?
Yes.
Which is ridiculous. I'm looking around, making sure no one's looking at me in the parking lot.
Don't do that. Who cares? Screw them.
No, but they get you on film and then they put it up there and then you look like a complete dick.
Oh, it's over for me. Like I've gotten texts from where they're just like,
really?
Hey, we loved someone was like, hey, we loved your recent TikTok.
Oh, see, now I got to bleep you out too.
Ah! You screw, dude, I was going to go this whole way. I got a text. Shoot.
I was not going to put in one edit, and only edit is just because of the freaking name that we just said. That's okay. And I didn't even timestamp it, so now I got to like search for it. But anyway, Steve, you know what? Thank you for the compliment there. Let's talk about NAMM real quick because I just want to please talk a little bit about what you plan on doing this weekend, and I'm going to chime in and tell you what I may or may not.
I'm just going to walk around. I can't really call it because I know I'm going to do that Stevie Wonder Music of My Mind thing.
Yeah.
But other than the Music of My Mind, fulfilling this.
Fulfilling this, that's fulfilling. You know, the good one.
I can't even say that name. You know, people are like, what are they even talking about?
Oh, you youngsters. Enjoy your youth.
Music of My Mind. Ha ha, very funny.
Ha ha, very funny, motherfucker.
Dude, how funny was that tape, Dad?
Oh, God. You know what? I think I need to pull it out and just go, you know what? I'm going to hear a bunch of shit that I shouldn't be listening to right now. But God damn it. I was born in the 70s and I'm just going to go ahead and embrace it.
It is so funny. It's still funny to this day.
It is one of the greatest comedy. I mean, it's just that it's just so dated for this time.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing. But I don't care. You can get on the whatever. Have your beliefs is what I'm saying. But that shit is undeniably funny. You have to be putting effort in or just come in completely biased and like, I am not going to fucking like this and I'm not going to laugh. To not laugh at that episode, at that comedy.
Oh, dude. As soon as he's like, man, if I was a slave, I was like, I used to think that when I was a kid. I'd be like, man, they couldn't do that to your boy, though. And so when I heard it, I'm like, man, this is so. But anyway, at NAMM, I'm planning on just walking around. Playing some of the, instruments, seeing because I do want a new keyboard for next year. And I'm just going to see what Nord has available, what, synthesizers. Normally the synths are a little bit like out of this, like some of them go $9,000, $10,000. So I might just see what kind of keyboards they have coming up, what kind of studio equipment, what kind of mics I'm going to want to get. filters, what kind of preamps and all that stuff that I'm going to be looking for. But that's going to be the mics, preamps, and compressors are what I'm going there looking for.
Noise.
And seeing how much, because you know they're going to be, if you want a legitimate compressor, it's probably going to be, even though Logic's is good, but they do say you want something going into Logic that's already, doesn't our Scarlett have a compressor inside or no?
I don't think so.
No, huh? Well, they said
I never used mine, but I don't think
you want some pre compression going into the machine. So, what are you planning on doing other than being sleepy?
Other than just trying to get there? Here's the thing, and I want to say thank you very much, Steve. Steve actually got me a weekend pass for the NAMM show, and I have just been spending so much money on things that I don't want to be spending money on right now. What it is I would have done this for sure. Don't get me wrong, but timing is everything with these conventions. So this thing's been going on for a while. I don't even know when they started selling tickets to this thing.
Yeah.
But when I got my pass, it was probably a week and a half ago, something like that. And I started looking online for hotels. It's right down the street from Disneyland. So you got that going for you. It's the weekend after Memorial Day and school is out. Matter of fact, I think it is the week of school being out for most of California. So everybody's there and you can't get rooms for anything. I couldn't find a room where I felt like I wasn't going to get killed or have a bug crawl up my nose while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Everything was like $250 to $340 to stay because of my, it wasn't procrastination. It was just like getting in quickly. I got the ticket quickly. So I'm not entirely sure I'm going to stay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to skip Friday. One of two things. If I go Friday and I do get a room, I'm going to just get a cheap room someplace a little bit further out of town. But that whole travel thing it's a nightmare in LA. But anyway, I'll do that. And then I'll go to the show on Saturday and then I'll leave around maybe 5 or 6 on Saturday and then drive back home. That's one option. Or I may just leave very early in the morning on Saturday, maybe 5 a.m. or something like that. Drive to Anaheim. It sounds crazy. Do the festival. I keep calling it a festival, the convention, and then, walk the floor. Because really, honestly, I don't even consider myself a musician anymore, but I love the music industry and I want to go see all the, the famous people that are going to be there.
Absolutely.
I want to check out the panels that they're doing. And I just love all the technology that's there. So yes. I think I just want to walk the floor, maybe check out that Stevie Wonder thing with you and then maybe get some lunch and dip out. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. However, there always is the chance where it's I'm kind of tired. Maybe I'll just drive a little bit further north and then stay at a hotel and then drive home. I may do that.
I might, depending on how I'm feeling on Saturday night, there's always I just don't know if the hotel's going to be sorry, you already paid for another day.
Yeah.
But even if I did, who cares? Because I just don't want to be, I just don't want to, or I might leave earlier Sunday afternoon because I do want to spend, since I'm in LA, family will be really? You came to LA and you just.
Oh, you're doing the whole thing.
Yeah, they'd be you could have just said hello, stop by and say hello.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna go see Favon and my uncle and just be all right, I'm out.
Oh, Favon. Hi, Favon.
Yeah.
I don't think she listens anymore, Steve. But if you're listening, Favon, hi. Y'all in love and stuff.
Love is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Love is in the air. Is
Power
what I'm
of
saying.
love, man.
And
Celine
she doesn't want to miss her shot.
Oh, you're taking it back again,
dude.
Taking it back.
I still listen to that song. Dude.
You'll get over it one day.
Till the world turns upside down. I won't.
But honestly, dude, that's what I want to do. I think I'm just going to end up going for the day.
Okay.
And but I'm keeping my options open because there was a chance I could record a podcast on Sunday, and I just said no because originally I was just going to stay the entire weekend or I'd be driving back on Sunday. Now it's just so up in the air. I don't know. Maybe I won't go, but I really fucking want to. And I know, Steve, I fucking know that if I don't go, you're going to text me a picture with fucking Dave Grohl and I'm going to hate you forever.
Oh, I'm going to be.
And that's going to break the show up and everything.
You think I'm going to take a picture? No. I am going to try to use my every piece of charm I had to be dude, he's your best fan. Can you say hi?
I would probably shit my pants if I had to. Oh, God damn it, Steve. Thanks, but now I just shit my pants.
I would try to use every bit of charm and be man, look, I know everyone's bum rushing you, Hemi.
Yeah. I see. If I was Dave Grohl, I wouldn't want to. You got to get back on the horse at some point. But Taylor Hawkins has only been dead for a couple of months. And I can imagine it must be hell when you're that famous, because, okay, like when my dad died, eventually
Yes.
I got sick of people going, hey, man, I'm really sorry about that. And I know that's terrible to think that way, but it's like, thank you very much, and I appreciate your sentiment, but it's a constant reminder. You know what I'm getting at? So I can only imagine Dave Grohl walking around and everyone just fucking coming, hey, man, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. Can I take a picture? Hey, I'm sorry. Can I take a picture? So I don't even know if
you just have to avoid
up.
the drum area.
The other thing, speaking of, I got the drum area. I tell you what I want to do if I go. But that's the other thing. It's like, it's going to be so crowded. We have flu season. Really bad right now, at least in California. It's just laying people to waste. And now we're having this resurgence of COVID again. So most people, I think, are going to have masks on anyway. You know what I mean? Hey, Dave Grohl, can I take maybe it is, maybe it isn't him. Maybe it's just some guy that looks like him.
No, you're going to know.
I know. I'm just kidding, but you see what I'm saying.
Even if I see him, I'm texting you and be like, guess who I just saw?
Fucker.
And even then, you're going to be like, damn.
That's why, I mean, that's the only thing. And what's going to happen is I'm going to end up going over there and I'll see like, I'll get an autograph session with fucking like Kesha or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
here's the thing. I wouldn't mind missing anyone. I wouldn't mind seeing anybody. Like anybody I see that I've looked up to at any point in time. Even, I mean, I'll be like, if Herbie Hancock comes through, whoever comes through, I'll be like, oh my God.
Herbert Hancock.
Herbert. And the thing is, they're all, they want to see the new stuff coming out too.
Yeah. And it's been gone for 2 years. So I think a lot of people, it's going to be so crowded, dude.
Oh, dude.
I think I might actually park my car up the street and like shuttle in, or maybe just hoof it in. Since I'm not going to stay the night, I'll just park somewhere.
All right.
I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so dude, I just want to tell you, have a fantastic time. You are for sure going. I swear to God, I would not bullshit you. I really want to go, but it's probably just going to be like a Saturday day thing.
All right. But I'll take all the pictures I can.
Take all the pictures you can, sir. But you know what? We're going to have to get out here pretty soon. So we should probably talk a little bit about what we've been watching. How much time you got, sir?
I have till 11:30.
Oof. Okay. Well, let's just do the quick one. The quick one. We'll just talk about a couple things. Or do you want to talk about one thing?
No, just because there's a few things I want to know what you thought of.
Okay. Well, let's see. Why don't you start, buddy? What are you?
Because I've heard a few sketchy things about the second one.
Okay.
Because I haven't watched it, but people are just like, some people are like, it's good. Some people are like, just don't.
Do you want me to talk about that first?
Yes.
All right. So what he's talking about, because we're looking at notes. And Steve's always blowing the whole behind the scenes thing. But anyway. Oh, yes. Yeah. And I've only been calling myself behind the scenes for a couple of weeks now. Anyway, you'll figure that joke out later. So the first thing that I watched is Obi Wan Kenobi, the Disney Plus series. There's 3 episodes out right now. 2 of them came out the first day, and then the other one just dropped on Wednesday. And it is a mixed review type of thing, but I think that anything that's coming out of Disney now, even like Marvel or Star Wars, there's always going to be that, the clashing opinions and stuff.
Absolutely.
And with Obi Wan Kenobi, you have the clashing opinion because you have the prequels, which a lot of people didn't like. A lot of the younger people like them because that's what they grew up with, but a lot of the older people like the original.
Yes.
And it's peppered with a lot of the prequel stuff. Naturally, because what it is, it's the continuation after episode 3. Luke and Leia basically have been taken from Padme, their mom, because she passed away. Fucking spoilers. And
Lakshmi,
dropped off. And God damn it, Steve. Anyway, they've been separated. Okay, and so now Ben Kenobi's been in exile. It's like 10 years after that. I think it's roughly 10 years after that.
Okay, and
he's in exile, and it's basically the story of what happens. There's only 6 episodes, so I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but it's basically just in between the prequels and A New Hope. Okay. And it's no spoiler that Darth Vader's going to be in this here because guess what, folks? Anakin Skywalker lived. And I will tell you right now that for me, that's the best part of it. Star Wars for me has always been a thing where I love it, but I'm in love with the imagery. I loved the all the figures. I love the planets. You know what I'm saying? I love the John Williams score and just the lightsabers and the whole look and aesthetic of Star Wars. I fucking love. The lore is just, to me, is fantastic. The problem with Star Wars, and I think a lot of people are gonna, be a little angry with me, but I just think that you take your favorite Star Wars movie, okay? That writing is really bad. It just is. It's just bad writing. George Lucas did not write well, in my opinion. What did you say? Fuck off. What's my opinion? That's what I'm telling you. So Star Wars has always had kind of like a weaker writing. I will take that away from The Mandalorian. I think The Mandalorian is doing something fantastic. But there's a little bit, there's some problems with the script on this one. However, I'm very much enjoying it. You do see Ben Kenobi with a young Leia. She's about I say she's probably like 10 years old or something like that. And she's in this quite a bit. And I think they could have got a better actor to do it. So sometimes it works and other times it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? And they sort of have to write around. They have to write around her. And there's just little things that just don't make sense. I don't want to call them plot holes, but it's just like, oh, come on, man. And really briefly, one of them, and a lot of people have mentioned this, is there's a scene in the second episode where they're off planet and Leia gets away. She's been kidnapped and, you know what, I'm not going to tell you the spoilers. But anyway, she gets away at this one part. And she's running from Obi Wan Kenobi and other adults. And this little girl, she's very short, she has tiny little legs, right? And she runs like a little kid.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. So you could literally just reach out and grab this girl.
Yes, absolutely.
And of course, she's like, boom, 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 and no one can catch her. So just little silly things like that are noticeable, but it's not a deal breaker for me.
But that tree branch thing is nuts.
The what? I'm sorry?
The tree branch thing?
Tree branch thing. I'm sorry.
She runs, isn't it the clip there where she runs under the tree and he bumps right into it?
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't even remember that part, actually.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there probably is, but honestly, I'm a little more focused on the darker stuff.
Okay, cool.
But anyway, yeah, I think that this is, it's really entertaining. It's just that I'm not sure that I'm into it as much as other people are. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But I got to tell you, the imagery, man. Episode 3, I'll just say that Vader shows up. That's all I'm going to say. But there is a couple of scenes. And particularly, did you see Rogue One, Steve?
I did, yes.
So you remember that scene where, my place of business is calling me, sorry. You remember that scene at the end where Vader goes into that corridor and just fucks everybody up?
Yes.
He has been on point since that. They've never really showed a lot of vicious Vader. You could tell he was menacing, and he did a couple force chokes and shit like that. But the new Vader, or I should say this version of Vader, played by Hayden Christensen, kind of, I guess, and I'll explain that. He's vicious as fuck. He's walking around snapping necks, and there's this one particular scene that involves fire, and that's all I'll say. And people, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. That shit it looked so dope how they did that, and it just makes Darth Vader look so menacing. I'm happy to say that James Earl Jones is back as the voice of Darth Vader, which brings me back to Hayden Christensen, okay? Hayden Christensen, apparently, who played Anakin, Steve, he's back, but he's in the Vader suit, right? So I don't know if they got him on. I don't think he's that tall. Vader's pretty big. But they're saying Hayden Christensen's playing him, but all I've really seen him do, and you'll see what I'm talking about, is they'll show him in this thing called a back to tank, and he's basically he's all fucked up. He's like a torso floating around looking like a meatball in soup or something like that. And then you see him as Darth Vader in the full garb, but then when he talks, it's James Earl Jones. So I don't know why they got Hayden Christensen. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the point of having Hayden just to say that, hey, we got him and he's coming back? Maybe they're going to do something. But I was really, there's this one part where it starts to show Vader in episode 3. And you hear this, they take a lot of the script from the prequels. And it just, oh God, there's that wooden acting again. You hear Hayden Christensen, because he was, in my opinion, terrible. Just fucking terrible as Anakin Skywalker. And he just had his delivery. And you hear it and you're like, ugh, I already got the douche chills. But it ends up turning out to be a pretty goddamn good episode. There's just little things about it that I'm just kind of and with Star Wars, I've just trained myself to just look past that stuff and just enjoy it.
That's fair.
So in short, that's my review. In short, I am enjoying it. I will give Obi Wan Kenobi on 3 episodes. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 3.75 out of 5 missing hands.
Nice.
Yeah. What you got?
I watched a movie called Emergency.
Oh, I wanted to hear about this one.
So it's not really, I don't know how many people actually have heard of this movie. I know that I just ran into it, on
Amazon Prime.
Was it on Prime?
Or Prime Video.
Yeah. And so everybody knows that I'm a big fan of RJ Cyler. And RJ Cyler for me is a star in my opinion. But anyway, this movie is about 2 black men come upon a white girl that is passed out and puking in their apartment randomly, and they're debating whether to call the cops, knowing that if they call the cops, things go left very fast.
Hashtag bad news.
Oh, yes. And so it's about them trying to navigate this crazy night of what to do and how to do it. And one dude, one of the brothers, his name is Kunle on the movie, and I thought that was such a cool name. But his name's Donald Ellis Watkins, and I've never seen him on anything else. He did a fantastic job. He's a preppy guy that believes in the system. Let's just call the police. And RJ Cyler's the one who's like, have you not been watching the news? They will kill us. Game, set, match. And it's interesting to see them navigate this evening where RJ kind of just like, I see where he's coming from, but really it comes down to, the other guy sees where RJ is coming from. So it's a really good, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it had me locked in the whole time, but man, is it a horror movie for me. I'm just like, dude, this is the worst night that could possibly happen, where everything is just like, yeah, you call somebody, you're probably going to get shot.
Hey, is it kind of like one of those movies that I was just talking about? That way I don't watch it with Gail. Is it one of those just like, oh my God, what the fuck's going to happen next kind of movie?
Absolutely.
Okay, she probably won't like it, but I'll check it out.
Absolutely. Yeah, you'll definitely enjoy it. It's on Amazon Prime, and I would give Emergency 3 out of 5 puking white girls.
Puking white girls. Do we really need 3 of those? I mean, like, one's enough. And I don't care if she's white or what. Who wants to see that shit? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I will talk about one that's actually, this is going to be coming out on Friday, so you'll have probably watched the first episode already. I'm going to talk about The Boys, Season 3, Episode 1.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get the screeners for this, and I'm really trying hard not to get too ahead of myself with this one, because I've already done this for a show that I can't even talk about yet. but several of them. Anyway, I got like 3 Season 3s in the email, and I'm just like, shit, what am I going to do now? But The Boys, Season 3, Episode 1, dude, comes out swinging. Like, it's just so fucking good, and I love what they're doing with this. And I don't really want to tell you too much about it and spoil any of the highlights, but I'll just say that it's been a year, and if you recall, Huey, he's basically left the boys, and he's now working. He wants to fight against Vought, but he's working with that politician lady. You know what I'm talking about? The one that she has that special power.
Yes.
I'm trying to be nice for the people that aren't watching The Boys, but you really should be watching The Boys, ladies and gentlemen. So he's working for her now for her campaign. And he's estranged from Butcher, right? And Butcher doesn't really have a team anymore. He's got Frenchie, and he's got the female, but he doesn't have Mother's Milk anymore because he's doing his own thing. He's trying to get back to just being like normal again. He's not really in the first episode too much, but something happens at Vought where, because of what happened with Homelander in season 2 and his association with Stormfront and her Nazi affiliation, his numbers are down, right? And you know how Vought is. Vaught's all about numbers and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So they decide to implement a plan to bring in someone else. That's not bring in someone else, but take another person. I'll just leave it at that, to co-lead the 7. And obviously this doesn't sit very well with, a certain blonde lunatic. So the dynamic of that is really, really fucking good, because I think this season is going to be a lot about I think we have like 2 more seasons left, so it's not going to be the end of Homelander or anything like that. But it's basically the downward spiral, I think, is where we're going to go with this one. I'm happy to say that there are some returning characters that I wasn't expecting. I'll leave it at that. And there's just, like any good Boys episode, there's always, and I don't even think we're there yet. But you know how like every season there's always that one episode where it's like, holy shit, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen, right? They're already starting off like that. So I can only imagine what's coming. There's a scene that I will not give away, but it has to do with one of the soups being able to shrink down and enter a certain body part, and wackiness ensues. The whole thing, just on the whole, bro, this episode was just so fucking good. And the way that it just sets up the season and, like the whole feel of the season and how it's going to go, like it just really kickstarted it. So I know, I'm not even going to say like I think you're going to like it. I know you're going to fucking love season. It starts tomorrow. Of
course.
You're going to love episode 1. And I just can't wait to finish this up. I mean, plus your boy's going to be in it. Jensen Ackles. What's his name? Jensen Ackles?
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. Yeah. And he's coming around the corner here pretty soon too. So I'm just so excited. And I think what I'm going to do with this one, I may end up binging it because I'm afraid if I start it, I just won't stop. But I'm going to try to stay away because I think they're dropping them weekly, if I'm not mistaken, which means I just don't have to look at my spoilers and I'll be okay. I'm going to watch this with y'all instead of just watching it ahead of time, much like I've already done with something that's not out yet. I think I can say it. I just can't review it. I've seen most of the season 3 of For All Mankind. I just can't talk about it, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
So anyway, The Boys, though, absolutely. I almost said Tupperware. Jesus Christ. What's up, Brian? It is, though. If you ever want to know, Brian, it's Tupperware. I'm going to go ahead and give season 3, episode 1 of The Boys a 4.75 out of 5.
Jesus.
Miniature overdoses.
Okay.
Okay.
And you still need to get on Supernatural, Jay.
I've tried.
You're
I've watched I like them. It's just so, you know what it is? It's kind of intimidating. How many
It's
seasons?
A lot of seasons, 20 maybe.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's my brain telling me, dude, you're not gonna go through this. You're not gonna.
You
work
will
through this
though.
shit.
You will.
But then
though.
again, people watch Naruto. There's like 700,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's like 700 fucking episodes of that. So
And Boruto.
is that real?
I do believe so.
Yeah, I don't know. The anime thing kind of it waxes and wanes at my house. Like my daughter's getting ready to come back from college, and I'm sure the anime is going to kick back in again, and I'll remember. I think it's what are we watching? We are watching the rest of Jujutsu Kaisen, and we're going to start Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it's called Boruto. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, Steve, you know what, dude? I just looked at the time. You got a dip in like 3 minutes, don't you?
I do.
All right. You know what? It's one of those, you know what? You got a show, ladies and gentlemen? I would like to have gone a little bit longer, but Steve's got shit to do, and I can't.
He told me last night he wanted to. Yes, no question.
Yeah, for sure. I said, Steve, we're going to go longer this time. And you're like, yeah, I'm probably not. But he's got to go. He's got business to do, and I'm just fucking with him. So we're going to cut out a little bit early on this one, but we still have shit to talk about. Steve, you've seen Top Gun Maverick. I have not yet.
We have.
I've been trying. I've tried 4 times to see this damn movie, and something always comes up. So today, my plan is to go and see Top Gun Maverick in IMAX.
Please. Maybe we can do a podcast from NAMM.
Hey, I'll be around if. Oh, you mean if I'm there, or you mean just
yes, if you're there?
We could even if I'm not. Really, you got the app.
Because we should talk about. We could talk about if you're going to see it today. We could do a quick talk about Top Gun tomorrow, or on when you get on Saturday.
Maybe I'll just call you on the road and we'll talk about Top Gun. I don't know what we're going to do. You know why? Because we fly by the seat of our pants over here at Heroes of Noise.
I like the fly. Nice done. I like this.
Oh, hey. I made a little jet joke, didn't I?
I love that.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, listen, guys. You know we love you, but we have to cut out. We'll be back soon. Hey, we got a couple of Patreon episodes that are going to be coming up next month. Maybe 3. Maybe we'll do 3. I always say that. We always end up with 2. But I also want to say thank you guys very much for all the kind words about our Precious Jenkins interview. Very, very kind words coming our way, Steve. They really liked that interview.
They really did, yes.
They really did. He's a really likable guy.
Hopefully we keep in touch with that brother.
I am definitely trying to. There's supposed to be some video coming out of the interview. It's going to be a little bit longer, less. We had some problems with audio. So I'm trying to make this work. But what ended up happening was Riverside.fm, which we use for recording, actually has a backup feature, which has saved our ass several times now. I do have a backup video, but I don't know how good it is. So maybe it's going to come out. Maybe it's not. Why'd I talk about it? I don't know. I'm always rambling. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? So in short, guys, if you want to get a hold of the show, hit us up at Heroes of Noise Podcast at gmail.com. That is Heroes of Noise Podcast at gmail.com. All the rest of it, just go to www.heroesofnoise and check it out. By the way, if you guys want to buy some merch right now, from now until June 6th, you can get $15 tank tops and t-shirts. Heroes of Noise style. And you also have everything on sale at our Threadless shop. Just simply go to heroesofnoise.com and it's all there too. All right, I'm done with the advertising. Steve, why don't you take us out?
People, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for listening yet again. Anytime that you take a time out of your amazingly busy days to listen to us is an eventful, amazing.
Is it amazing though, Steve?
Yes, it's heartwarming, man. Hear Dan talk about rim jobs and such. Look at y'all.
I'm surprised you said rim job. I thought that was going to go against your code. I don't know. I just thought maybe that was profanity in your eyes.
Rim job?
Yeah, I don't know, Steve. I'm just kidding. There's things you won't say. You say, oh, sniff. I have to question things sometimes.
Dan, the thing that Dan loves so much that it must be in the gates, oh heaven. I love you guys. Peace.
Yeah, because it's all false, Steve, I never really bothered to know what kind of hardware they're working with up in the pearly gates. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, we'll be back. I think I'm going to NAMM this weekend. I think Steve will be there. Maybe we're going to do something. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up meeting Dave Grohl this weekend. Let's see what happens. All right. And I'll bet you, Steve, I'm going to bet you a 6 pence, sir. Do they still make those?
I don't even know what 6 pence is, but I know I'd be none the richer.
Oh, shit. Well, I won't ask you to kiss me, G. I won't ask you to do that, my friend. All right. You know what? We're just in a weird mood, guys. Anyway, my name is Dan. That's my buddy Steve over there. We have a little show called The Heroes of Noise that you just listened to. We'll be back next week before you know it. All right? People, be good to yourselves. Be good to the people around you. Peace.